Y'all crazy. I'm just telling you, this game comes down to this right here.
I'm not. Well, yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
You make a lot of money doing it. And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model, and these fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make
A shocking twist could be unfolding behind the scenes. Reports claim that Leonard Ellerbe has hinted at serious legal trouble ahead for Floyd Mayweather, tied to an alleged $42 million scheme. According to what's being said, Ellerbe didn't shy away from admitting that not every business move turns into gold. Sometimes the strategy backfires. Sometimes the gamble doesn't pay off. He reportedly suggested that Mayweather's mindset has always been about maximizing profit from every possible opportunity, tapping into any platform that can generate revenue. But when the drive to cash in outweighs caution, the risks can grow just as fast as the rewards. And now, those risks may finally be catching up.
The business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model, and these fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make us money.
Closing in on 50, Floyd Mayweather still floods social media with snapshots of luxury, stacks of cash, high-end cars, private jets, and over-the-top celebrations. But not everyone sees it as success. Detractors claim the non-stop flexing isn't a power move, it's a warning sign. They argue that constantly broadcasting every lavish buy and personal milestone could be doing more harm than good. Instead of strengthening his image, they believe it paints a picture of reckless spending and financial overreach. Some critics even go as far as predicting that if the lifestyle continues at this pace, the empire he built could eventually start to crumble, and that the fortune he flaunts today might not last forever.
You know, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, you know, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group. They got a part of it. Then you got 50, you know, they just passing these kids through. So it's a lot of stuff to worry about, but people online seeing what Floyd did or didn't buy, I mean, I just find it weird on his end that you still feel like you got to announce every move on social media. And that's his biggest reason why he going broke and why he gonna be broke. He want to keep up with the Joneses. At some point, even, you know, Bill Gates ain't really never lived that lifestyle, but Steve, at some point, they scale it back. They had their fun. They probably bought the dream car, dream house, dream bitch. They had the fun. But they realized, okay, let me scale it back. At some point, you can't live your 40s and 50s like you're 20 and 19. You can't live like that. It's okay, I don't really...
Floyd Mayweather's reported $42 million real estate deal hasn't played out the way it was initially portrayed. The investment was presented as a major acquisition, but reports from Business Insider suggest he is not the exclusive owner of the properties involved. Despite public statements implying full ownership, records indicate that the buildings remain under their original owners. On top of that, the strategy behind the deal has reportedly failed to generate the returns that were expected, marking an unusual setback in the image of financial dominance he consistently projects.
Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York.
Having worked closely with Floyd Mayweather for years, Leonard Ellerbe has had a front-row seat to how Floyd conducts business outside the ring. As a central figure in Mayweather's promotional circle, Ellerbe understands the inner workings of Floyd's financial decisions and deal-making approach. Tensions reportedly escalated when accusations surfaced that Gervonta "Tank" Davis did not receive the full compensation he was owed. That situation sparked serious debate and raised eyebrows about how money is handled behind the scenes. For critics, it fueled wider questions about transparency and financial fairness within Mayweather's business operations.
And they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you're saying doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being. You could whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, you know, they moment passed and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. there's a lot of people who may be in position around Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship.
After observing Floyd's business conduct over an extended period, Leonard Ellerbe ultimately chose to walk away from his role as CEO of Mayweather Promotions. His exit signaled more than just a leadership change. It pointed to deeper frustration building behind closed doors. Sources suggest the tension centered on how Floyd handled company matters and how individuals within his circle were treated, particularly when it came to financial compensation. Allegations that key contributors were not fairly rewarded for their work only intensified the concerns. Ellerbe's departure, in many eyes, reflected growing unease within the camp about the direction and management of the operation.
Breaking news, Leonard Ellerbe has stepped down as CEO from Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather acknowledges Leonard Ellerbe, but also says that they will now be joining forces with Richard Schaefer. Why do you think Leonard Ellerbe stepped down? Is it really the end for Mayweather Promotions? As many people say, lots of their fighters have now walked away from the promotional company. Chime in, tell me what you think.
Leonard Ellerbe stepping away from Mayweather Promotions wasn't the only shakeup inside the camp. Not long after, Gervonta "Tank" Davis also moved on, which only intensified questions surrounding Floyd's leadership approach. Mayweather brushed off the exits, publicly stating that he helped turn Tank into a millionaire and that if the fighter decided to part ways, that was entirely his own choice. But instead of calming the noise, those comments sparked even more curiosity. To many observers, Floyd's casual response didn't close the chapter, it opened the door to deeper speculation about what was really happening behind the scenes.
I've seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful. And there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, his wings, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him.
Wardrobes, and every extravagance imaginable. His wealth is on full display, with social media serving as his personal stage to showcase just how far his fortune can go, yet, behind the glitz and glamour, critics are raising doubts. Many wonder if such relentless spending is truly sustainable, especially when it's paired with business moves that have stirred controversy. For some, the flashy lifestyle may be less a sign of lasting success and more a gamble that could have serious consequences down the line.
I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want.
Recently, Logan Paul publicly called out Floyd Mayweather, threatening legal action over millions he claims remain unpaid. Paul didn't hold back, warning that Floyd's refusal to settle the debt could land him facing serious consequences in court. This high-profile confrontation has only added fuel to the ongoing narrative about Mayweather's financial management. Critics say it highlights a pattern of neglecting agreements and raises questions about his reliability when it comes to honoring contracts, further casting a shadow over his business reputation.
Cool, that is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just.
Nah, I'm you. I'm not you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison.
This isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather has faced legal challenges. Over the years, he's had a turbulent relationship with the law, including time spent behind bars. Even with immense wealth at his disposal, Floyd has often admitted that money and fame come with restrictions, emphasizing that his lifestyle hasn't always equated to true freedom. Looking back at his history, many observers see a recurring theme: legal troubles that appear linked not just to personal choices, but also to the way he handles his finances and business dealings.
You know, I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, she was a little upset. I'm happy to be back.
Rapper 50 Cent has also weighed in, recounting a time when he stepped in to manage Mayweather Promotions while Floyd was behind bars. According to 50, he invested millions and kept the operation running during that period, but once Floyd was released, 50 claims his contributions were seemingly forgotten. Allegedly, Floyd never repaid the substantial sum 50 Cent had put into the business, leaving lingering questions about loyalty, gratitude, and financial accountability within the inner circle.
$100,000 chains being bought and buying a new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he...
Are we talking over $2 million?
Floyd's reaction to 50 Cent's claims was dismissive, insisting he never asked for any help, a response that many saw as emblematic of a larger pattern of ignoring loyalty and sidestepping business obligations. Over the years, Floyd's career has been peppered with controversies, especially around money. Reports have surfaced of alleged scams, unpaid taxes, and questionable financial maneuvers. One particularly dramatic story even claimed he was held in Dubai over unpaid bills for high-end jewelry. Incidents like these have fueled mounting doubt about Mayweather's business ethics and personal integrity, painting a picture of a man whose flashy exterior sometimes masks deeper financial recklessness.
Were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this.
Public opinion around Floyd Mayweather's money management remains deeply divided, and his past actions continue to cast a long shadow. While Floyd markets himself as a savvy entrepreneur, critics argue that his focus often leans toward quick wins rather than sustainable growth. His financial decisions, particularly those affecting friends, business partners, and even fans, have fueled skepticism. To many, his fortune appears less like the result of careful planning and more like a carefully staged performance, a showcase of wealth designed to impress, rather than a reflection of lasting financial strategy.
Obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts, just because, you know, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way, if it's removed, you know, it's like, hey, you know, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get...
When questions arose about Floyd's rumored hostage incident in Dubai, Leonard Ellerbe stayed tight-lipped. His refusal to speak only deepened intrigue about what really goes on behind the scenes in Mayweather's inner circle. Observers are left wondering whether Ellerbe's silence reflects loyalty, discretion, or perhaps an unspoken acknowledgement of more troubling realities regarding Floyd's business practices. Either way, his choice not to comment has added another layer of mystery to the already controversial narrative surrounding Mayweather.
The best fighter in the entire world. And another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, you said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class.
Floyd Mayweather's wealth isn't just about flashy spending. Allegations suggest he's profited from questionable promotions and schemes. Critics claim he collected money from fans for events, merchandise, or experiences that never actually happened. A viral TikTok investigation even highlighted how much of Mayweather's empire is driven by hype over substance. Numerous promotions reportedly fell short of their promises, leaving supporters disappointed and raising serious questions about the reliability and ethics behind the Mayweather brand.
One of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess what?
Drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
there's more
we're not
scamming
done
to be
yet,
done.
And it's not over.
My God.
Autographed gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he did.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
Another striking example of Floyd Mayweather's controversial business moves is his involvement in cryptocurrency promotions. Despite his immense fortune, he has been accused of endorsing crypto projects that turned out to be worthless, reportedly pocketing millions in the process. This behavior underscores a relentless drive to monetize every possible opportunity, often with little regard for legitimacy or the fallout for those involved. On the surface, Floyd's empire looks untouchable. His social media paints him as a master of wealth and success. But beneath the flashy cars, private jets, and public image, there's a more complicated reality. Failed investments, alleged scams, and promises that never materialized have gradually eroded the carefully crafted image, revealing a darker financial picture behind the glitz and glamour.
You were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra card. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just.
That wraps up today's deep dive. Make sure to stay tuned for what's coming next. Until then, take care.